Welcome to the Star Life TV channel. In this video, I will talk about the symbolism and unreality of the world in a new video, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tippa My Tongue. On August 19, 2022, the video of the American rock band, Red Hot Chili Peppers, premiered for the song Tippa My Tongue. For 6 days, the video has gained more than 2 million views. The animated clip is made in the genre of surrealism. At the same time, it contains many symbolic images and references to the theory of the unreality of our world. The musicians themselves now and then show gestures of the Illuminati, and they do it very openly. The group, Red Hot Chili Peppers, was formed back in 1983. The peak of her popularity came in the late 90s. Early 2000s. Now the band members are still recording albums, releasing videos and touring around the world. The director of the new clip, Red Hot Chili Peppers, is Malia James, who has collaborated with the musicians for several times. In the first seconds of the video, Anthony Kiedis appears in the frame. Almost immediately, he opens his mouth and sticks out his tongue, which reveals the band's signature logo. The open mouth with the tongue sticking out on one side is a reference to the Hindu goddess of destruction, Kali. On the other hand, in the form of an open mouth, the gates to the underworld are depicted. The band's logo is also symbolic. The musicians claim that when it was created, they did not put any meaning into it, but this is hardly true. The 8-pointed star on the logo, Red Hot Chili Peppers, is very similar to the ancient symbol of the Babylonian goddess Ishtar, who is the patroness of fertility and carnal love. Ishtar was identified with the planet Venus, which, in turn, is the personification of Lucifer. The camera pans into Kiedis' open mouth as if plunging into the depths of hell. After that, animated pictures begin to flicker in the frame. We see several doors opening, behind the last of which is a huge eye, a symbol of the all-seeing eye. The camera goes inside him. Usually, in this way, a reference is made to the theory that the world is not outside, but inside each person, that is, it is visualized by the subconscious like dreams. Inside the eye is another eye, and then another. All of this hints at sleep levels or a matrix within a matrix. A similar theory is well shown in the movie The 13th Floor. Next are the soloists of the group. They stand on their corporate logo, located inside a circle with black and white stripes. It can refer to a chess field, symbolizing the unity of good and evil. Anthony Kiedis holds up his hand, folded in a gesture of 3 sixes. Surrealistic images follow again. First, the eyes appear in the frame, which are reflections of each other. Afterwards, the members of the Red Hot Chili Peppers are shown with their heads split in two. In the center you can see the yin-yang icon, symbolizing the unity of opposites. All these images hint at the theory that a person has 2 types of awareness. Right-sided awareness is a habitual state of human consciousness necessary for adequate functioning in daily life. The left side contains everything that is mysterious in a human being. Usually these 2 attentions are separated. The reunification of the right hand and left hand perception leads to the fact that a person achieves integrity and begins to fully realize the principles of the world. Next, the members, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, appear in the frame. They are in a rather strange location, not like the usual world. In the foreground stands Anthony Kiedis, who begins to actively gesticulate. First, the singer shows the gesture of the devil's horn, then he folds both hands into 3 sixes. After a couple of seconds, the scene repeats itself, but this time the bodies of the musicians are blurry. It seems that they are in a state of altered consciousnus. Kiedis keeps making Illuminati gestures. The following frames again give a reference to the metaverses and multi-level reality. John Frusciante with a guitar in his hand stands next to a mirror, the reflections in which go into the infinite distance. The camera begins to plunge inward, as if passing through all levels of reality. Next, Kiedis appears in front of the mirror. He still folds his fingers in a gesture of 3 sixes. The image in the mirror differs from the original, which symbolizes the distorted perception of the world by our consciousness. The next symbolic frame of the clip shows Michael Balzari dancing in front of his doppelganger. Doubles are of particular importance to the Illuminati. In their opinion, each person has an energy double, the actions of which can be learned to control if one develops magical abilities in oneself. Further, Kiedis, standing against a black and white background, again folds his hand into a gesture of 3 sixes. A little later, it is shown in close-up. On the forehead of the artist, you can see the third eye, which is a symbol of perception beyond ordinary vision. Here he again shows the gesture of 3 sixes. All this suggests that the artist owes his ability to see more precisely to a deal with dark forces. The next fragment of the clip is again animated images. First we see the road leading to the Scarlet Lips. As mentioned earlier, the mouth symbolizes the gates to hell. Eyes can be seen on both sides of the road. The closer the camera gets to the mouth, the more eyes appear around it. After the mouth opens, the all-seeing eye is also inside it. Next, we see an eye soaring in the sky, under which there is a golden cup. Tears fall into her. These images refer to the Holy Grail, from which the drinker receives the forgiveness of sins and eternal life. In this case, it is obvious that this is some kind of opposition to the sacred relic. The following images again allude to a matrix within a matrix. The camera passes through several eyes that are located one after another, after which they seem to flow from one to another. Next, we see 2 vessels with a red liquid resembling blood. They simultaneously give a reference to Masonic rituals and to the columns of Jachin and Boaz, symbolizing the balance of opposing forces. After that, there is again a hint of gaining the integrity of awareness and perception of a person. 2 male silhouettes merge into one, after which the world becomes completely different from the usual reality. Here is another hint at the multi-level nature of the worlds. In the next seconds, the main symbol of the Illuminati appears in the frame, the pyramid. Then the heads of the musicians split into 2 halves, and the yin-yang symbol transforms and disappears. This clearly illustrates the main goal of the Illuminati, to make sure that the 2 types of human awareness never connect. In the next seconds, the symbol of the all-seeing eye flickers against the background of the image of musicians in the form of 25th frames. Anthony Kiedis keeps his hands clasped in a gesture of 3 sixes almost continuously. At one point, he shows this gesture 3 times, giving out a triple combination of the number of the beast. At the end of the video, the location, along with the musicians, transforms into a huge eye. After that, the camera returns back, rushing through the gates of the multi-level matrix. It eventually emerges from Kiedis's mouth, bringing the viewer back to normal reality. Thus, the entire clip is an excursion to hell. The video is literally filled with Illuminati symbols, and the vocalist, Red Hot Chili Peppers, almost constantly demonstrates devilish gestures. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Put likes.